Hey everybody, welcome to Randy's Road Life. I haven't done a video in some time. I don't pump out videos unnecessarily just for views, likes, things like that. My idea is to pump out content when it is necessary or when I have something helpful to put out there to say. So today, as the title suggests, you were seeing a lot of young men entering, or older men entering, also the trucking industry, or may want to enter the trucking industry. They have criminal history, felonies, things like that. So I had helped a very close friend of mine, my best friend actually, get into the trucking industry, and who job shadowed me for a couple weeks. And then he was very dismayed. He got discouraged because of the doors being shut on him. So I want to go into an explanation of the do's and don'ts for you, not for the company. All right, that way it increases your opportunity and chance, possibility, probabilities of landing a starting position. Now, I say starting because you're not going to end up with you're not going to begin with the ideal trucking job. You're going to have to eventually get there, like a lot of us or all of us do. You start out minimal, and you work your way up through the ranks. That's just how it is in any job. And no one is going to pay a driver fresh out of trucking school or with a fresh license top money. Doesn't happen. So let's get started. First of all, companies cannot prove you're on probation or parole. Okay, unless they do an freedom of information, and do all that and search for your conviction. And on top of that, when you got out of prison or jail, excuse me, ooh, they don't do that. So my advice to you is do not volunteer any information that cannot be proven. Okay? They cannot prove when you got out. All right? The only thing they're going to see is when you were convicted. Your conviction date, that's what they're going to see. All right? So, and then they're going to want to know what about your license. When did you receive a valid license? And there's also some things they can't prove. There's some suspensions they can't prove, things of that nature. All right? So don't give out any information that cannot be corroborated. So once you have applied, there are companies who actually train. And but my advice to you is simply get your permit before you go to a company. It'll make it easier on you, and it'll get you through the process faster. What do I mean by permit? Okay, there are 3 tests you have to take in order to get a permit. You have to take a general knowledge test, an air brakes test, and a combination vehicles test. All right, go to your local BMV, or if they don't have the book, which some states don't any longer, go online and download it. It's a simple download. There's only 3 chapters you have to study, and study them. Get you a CDL practice test app. All right, there's a bunch of them out there. The one I suggest is white and green, or green and white, however you want to say it. CDL practice test, and general knowledge, air brakes, combination vehicles. Study those, but please read the book, read the chapters, in the handbook, right, to help you out. and study hard. And and take the test over and over and over again to become familiar with the answers. Now I'm going to tell you something. The tests change on the real test. When you go in and you get in front of that computer monitor, there's no guarantee the questions are going to be the same. Now you're going to see some questions that are right off the practice test. That's just the way it is. All right. However, it changes up. So don't expect that. Do not expect that. All right. Once you pass, they will update your license, and you'll have a permit for 6 months. All right. Some places require you to have a permit, some don't. CR England does not require you to have a permit. I suggest if you want to go there, and it might be good for you to start out there, but their training is somewhat atrocious, because there's pretty much, you're being trained by other just now graduating students. Not a quality place to go, but I'm not saying don't start there. It might be your only option, so take it. All right. Rail, R-E-O-H-L is how you spell it. They're out of Atlanta. They do training, but they pay you to go to school, $500 a week. While you go to school, you get a bonus when you start, and also all that other good stuff. You get room, board. You have a paycheck every week. Sierra England's not going to pay you. Sierra England's going to put you in a crappy Indian hotel with a store in the bottom of it that's outrageously price gouged. You know, believe me, it's horrible. My friend went there, and the bed bugs, no hot water. They had to pay for their own meals, things like that. That's CR England. I think that was, he said, Portage, Indiana. Burns Harbor, Indiana, I think it was. So then there's Flatbed, TMC, who is a very strictly run militaristic company. They are very professional about everything. I have a friend that works there too. You can't tell him nothing bad about TMC. He won't have it. It is a very quality company. They have very nice trucks. If you see their trucks are black Peterbilt. I think they're 5, 6, 7s, and they're mid roofs, means they got one bunk in them. And some mid roofs do have 2 bunks. I drove a mid roof to have 2 bunks, and it's a quality company, you know. So if you go to CR England, you're gonna be, I think they are auto restricted, right? It means you're gonna have an automatic restriction on your license. You're not gonna learn how to drive a manual. My suggestion is learn how to drive a manual, right? So if you go to TMC, you're gonna learn how to drive a manual. Yeah, I'm not sure if Rail does that also. Okay, Swift. Now, let me back up. If you go to work for CR England, they're going to put you under contract. All right? And then if you try to quit and go somewhere else before your contract is up, they're going to try to sue whoever it is you try to go to. There's a loophole for that. Go home and don't respond to any more of their messages, and then they'll terminate you, and then you can leave. You'll be out of your contract, okay? I'm not sure if Rail does that. I know Swift doesn't do that. You can leave whenever you want. So Swift is not the most glorious company to work with. You know, they catch a lot of flack. It's a massive company that's merged with or owned by Knights Transportation out of Arizona, and they will train you. A lot of companies sponsor you to go to trucking schools. So look up companies that actually do training. I think Millis Transportation does training for your CDL, things like that. I know KLLM does. However, they're in Mississippi. They don't do all the states. So be mindful of that. I know there's some other company that does, I think, PAM, Go Through Trucking Solutions, which actually is pretty much PAM. It's a trash can, but if that gets you started, get you in the door, then why not take it? You know, you can get you 6 months to a year experience. You can find somewhere better to drive. All right. If you go through Schneider, all right, the orange trucks, then they'll also send you to trucking school, to a trucking school, and sponsor you and pay for it. And then you'll have to drive for them. Schneider pretty much does everything. Tanker, box, reefer, whatever it is, you know. So you have to do your research. Watching my video does not amount to the research you have to do for a place that's going to fit you personally. All right. I want you to understand that you have a felony, criminal history. Some places don't go back further than 7 years. Some go back 10 years. All right. So be mindful of that. If you know they cannot prove something, don't tell them. Anything that's negative, do not tell them. You want to sell yourself in the best possible light imaginable. And I want you to understand that as a truck driver, it is important to have professionalism in all walks of this industry. Please do. Don't finagle your way into this career and then give the rest of us a bad name. We already got too many truck drivers doing that. All right. Be professional. Dress appropriate. I'm not saying you can't wear shorts. If that's your problem, you can wear whatever you want to wear. All right. But professionalism in the trucking industry, you wear suitable clothes, shoes on your feet, not flip-flops. Okay? Do not wear flip-flops while you're driving, please. And please don't wear flip-flops in the fuel island. It's just, you slip and, bust your tail, it's going to hurt. And on top of that, fuel, oil, all that other stuff. I mean, do you really want that on your feet? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Don't wear flip-flops while you're driving, please. Wear shoes. If you don't want to wear boots, wear shoes. Look, I got boots. I got shoes. Everything I got on is quality stuff. My shoes are $150. They're quality. But it doesn't matter. It's what I choose to wear. I don't drive barefoot. There's some guys that actually do that. And I don't drive with flip-flops and sandals on. All right? I'm appropriately dressed. And then don't look like a slob. Don't keep mountains of trash in your truck and piss bottles in your truck and things like that. Look, if you got to pee in a bottle, that's understandable. I'm pretty sure all of us truck drivers have done it. Throw it away, please. And don't throw it away. Don't put it on the ground. Just put it in a trash can. All right? Put it where it's supposed to go. If you cannot find a bathroom, and don't pee on somebody's parking lot. That is highly disrespectful, and that can get the rest of the truck drivers banned from that particular parking lot. Like Walmart, people dumping their trash in Walmart parking lots, people peeing on Walmart parking lots, leaving piss bottles on Walmart parking lots. That gets us banned from Walmart parking lots, and those are generally can be great places to park because we got access to store groceries, items that we need. Okay. All right. So, my friend got discouraged because his felony was only like 4 years old. All right. And he was just getting door after door. Shutting his face. He was very discouraged. But that doesn't mean give up. Please don't give up. It's going to happen. People are going to say, I don't know about that. And sometimes it also depends on your felony. Is it violent? Is it non-violent? What kind of charge was it? They're going to want to know before they stick their neck out for you and endorse you to go to a trucking school. So what's going to happen is if you have to go to a trucking school, you're going to get an endorsement letter from a trucking company telling this place, hey, we're going to reimburse his tuition. Go ahead and start class for him. And that'll happen. And then JB Hunt, Swift, Werner, whatever will pay for your education, and then you go to work for them under contract. Some are not contract. It just depends on where you go. CFI, I believe, is also another one. Contractor Freight Incorporated. Let me think. There's probably some other ones that I'm really forgetting off the top of my head. I don't script my videos, so everything's right off the top of my head. It's just pretty much is like a conversation I just want to have with you guys, just give you guys some information. Try to keep it friendly, personable, things like that. Try to connect with you guys on a personal and friendly level, because I don't want to be robotic and I don't want to be scripted. So if you have any questions regarding some of the stuff, I can help you, move along in your career. I don't mind answering certain questions. I'm not going to do the work for you. This is me helping you get started. Okay? I helped another friend, my best friend, get started. Unfortunately, he went to work for a trash can company. He didn't know it. They're like all other companies. They sell you, the world and then drop it out from under you. I mean, it's pretty much what happened to him. And it's bad sometimes. And they paid for his education and all that type of stuff. And luckily, he didn't get stuck with the bill because of how they did him. And he started seeing their character change dramatically as the weeks went on, and he was working there, and how they were trying to talk him into violating his ELD times and things of that nature, trying to get him to text while he drives. That's dispatchers for you. Okay? So anyways, do your research, please. Please do your research. This does not take over or replace the research that you are required to do. All right? You're about to sacrifice a large amount of your time, week in and week out, to be in your truck. Whether you have someone with you or not, you're still sacrificing your time, right? If you're one of those people who's single and doesn't have any commitments, this is a great opportunity to just travel. All right? Take a 34, catch an Uber, a rental, and go drive around town or something, whatever. Okay, but if you're a felon, this is the good opportunity to get your feet in a good career that's going to catapult you into something that's going to be rewarding if you can do it, and if you can do it professionally. All right? So with that, please like and subscribe if you want to keep receiving these videos and notifications. Leave a comment if you need some assistance. I will do my best to steer you in the right direction, but I'm not going to do your research for you. Please know that you need to do your own research. When you do your own research, you'll find out that you will learn a lot better and a lot faster, and you will retain more by doing your own research. I'm just trying to help you, trying to help guide you in the appropriate direction. All right? With that, I'm Randy. This is Randy's Road Life. I want you guys to have a blessed day. Peace out.